I want to jump into the very first thing. Unfortunately, we have to start with something that is a little bit sad, but it needs to be acknowledged, in my opinion. So for those of you who don't know, we are partners with the Royal British Legion, and we do send a monthly donation of all of our proceeds to the Royal British Legion, and we are extremely, extremely proud of that partnership, and make this big for y'all. But today, unfortunately, was a sad day. The last surviving pilot in the Battle of Britain died today. So I just want to read this for you all and give him the recognition he deserves. This is from Sky News. John Paddy Hemingway was the last surviving Battle of Britain pilot, and he died at the age of 105. John Hemingway never saw his role in the Battle of Britain as anything other than doing the job he was trained to do, the RAF said, adding, his courage in the face of overwhelming odds demonstrated his sense of duty and the importance of British resilience. It's a great picture of him looking at the sky. Sorry. The Royal Air Force said he passed away peacefully on Monday. Paddy Hemingway, one of the few and a revered figure in British aviation history, played a key role in defending the skies over the United Kingdom against the Nazis in the summer of 1940 when he was just 19. The few refers to a speech by Sir Winston Churchill in the House of Commons in August that year as the Battle of Britain reached its peak. Praising the efforts of the RAF fighter pilots, the wartime Prime Minister said that never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. In an online tribute, the RAF said Mr. Hemingway's squadron shot down 90 enemy aircraft during an 11-day period in May of 1940. In August, he was twice forced to bail out of his Hurricane fighter plane, and the following year, he broke his hand in another bailing out, this time at 183 meters, which is 600 feet. Very glad they put that in there for me. After his plane's instruments failed in bad weather. His parachute failed to open properly, but luckily it caught on the branches of trees, sparing him further injury. Near the end of World War II, while serving in the Mediterranean, he was forced to bail out a fourth time near Ravenna, I think, in Italy, after his Spitfire was hit multiple times by anti-aircraft fire. Dropping into enemy territory, he contacted Italian partisans who helped him return to his squadron. Mr. Hemingway never saw his role in the Battle of Britain as anything other than doing the job that he was trained to do, the RAF said. The force described him as always having a twinkle in his eyes as he recalled the fun times with colleagues in France and London. His courage in the face of overwhelming odds demonstrated his sense of duty and the importance of British resilience. Mr. Hemingway, the RAF said, was a quiet, composed, thoughtful, and mischievous individual who embodied the spirit of all those who flew sorties over this green and pleasant land. In July 1941, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, and in September of that year, he was mentioned in dispatches. The Prince of Wales paid tribute to Mr. Hemingway in a post on X. Prince William said, I was sad to hear about the passing of John Paddy Hemingway this morning, the last of the few. We owe so much to Paddy and his generation for our freedoms today. Their bravery and sacrifice will always be remembered. We shall never forget them. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said, very sad to hear of the passing of Group Captain John Paddy Hemingway, the last known Battle of Britain pilot. His courage and that of all RAF pilots helped end World War II and secure our freedom. We will never forget their bravery and service. Thank you, John Paddy Hemingway. Defense Secretary John Haley said Mr. Hemingway's generation understood the importance of freedom and sacrificed so much to achieve it. Air Chief Marshal Sir Rich Knighton said the flyer was an amazing character whose life story embodies all that was and remains great about the Royal Air Force. My thoughts for and condolences to his family. Obviously a brilliant man, obviously someone that is a true hero in every sense of the word, and someone that will truly be missed. And it does mark the end of an era. And yeah, thank him and all his family for their service. To be honest, I was planning on doing a show about the RAF today anyway, but I heard about that this morning when I was on my way to work, and I had to give the shout out. I couldn't let it go. The RAF is really important, obviously, to Britain, and the was also really important to our family personally. My partner's grandfather was a spotter. For those of you who don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I did learn about this recently, but I might have some things wrong. He was a spotter who would communicate. He worked with a partner. One person would have the binoculars and was searching for enemy aircraft, and the other person would have the phone and would call in and have the lines of communication to the rest of the air bases in the area to see if they had to send somebody up, etc. So he was the person who would do the communicating on the phone. So the RAF also has a special tie to my family. And this is like everything that I've ever seen, heard, read about the RAF from the Battle of Britain and the RAF in general, but particularly during World War II, has just been absolutely incredible, amazing stories. It's a sad end to an era. I hope that, their sacrifices aren't forgotten. But it's up to people like us to make sure that they aren't. So thank you for being a true hero. Thank you for your service, Paddy. And I hope that you are at peace.